Listen, it does not need to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a new year, a healthier you. Because sure, okay, they trying to take us down at every front. So get some TLC products and up that metabolism and up that energy and up that immune system, okay, that digestive system. Get that all together with these TLC products right here. And don't forget, okay, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com and become a part of the online gym and shed the pounds, honey. We're starting a new challenge on January 3rd, and I would love to see y'all there. Get the links down below. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. The episode starts off with Heather and Whitney discussing Jen and how two-faced it is that she accepted Whitney's apology to Whitney's face, but then tells Heather and everybody else who will listen how upset she still is with Whitney for ruining Sharif's birthday party. Still not taking any responsibility for the fact that she ruined her husband's birthday party with her ridiculous behavior, throwing glasses and cursing people out when her feet are held to the fire for doing the exact same shit that she's so upset with everybody else doing to her. Like, you've been talking shit about everybody, ma'am. You did Meredith dirty for no reason at all, other than the fact that she wasn't willing to give up her association with Mary to make you feel good, okay? And now you want to just kind of put all this heat on Whitney, and I'm glad Whitney is saying it. That is two-faced, bitch. And Heather, I'm going to need for you to pick a side. Like, even though I feel like Heather is honest and real, I still feel like, why are you trying so hard to be friends with Jen when you see this is the type of person that she is, okay? Meanwhile, Jen in her J-Lo suit, okay, are going to meet with Meredith and Lisa for dinner. And I'm just looking at this scene like, now, are y'all going to be real or are y'all going to bullshit? Something tells me that Lisa's gonna bullshit and Meredith might be real. But y'all know Meredith, she does like to, you know, wait before she gets into the bullshit. Okay, so Jen is batshit. I wanna be clear, okay? I wanna be just really clear that I believe that Jen is batshit crazy. So, Meredith and Lisa surprisingly say, listen, we made up with Whitney. She apologized. She was accountable. We don't have an issue any longer, okay? To which Jen gets upset because she feels like, how can you guys make up with her when she threw you under the bus with me? I mean, she said you were talking crap about me. So Jen's in the confessional like, so if you forgive her, does that mean that she was right when she lied and said that you guys were talking crap about me? So now are you lying? I'm like, you're overcomplicating it, honey. You're overcomplicating it. Nobody was lying, okay? At most, Mary was lying to Whitney. But the truth of the matter is, whether Mary was lying or not, it's obvious that everybody is scared to be honest with you because you're going to do exactly what you're doing in this moment, which is act batshit crazy and flip out and act, you know, offended like somebody did something to you, when the truth of the matter is you're just trying to cover up for your own messiness. Because if we bring it to the table, what you said about Meredith, like, that's far worse than what was being said about you, which is that nobody wants to deal with you and your crazy shit. Like, why is that so offensive? You're crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know you're crazy. Why are you so offended? Make it make sense. So, as Lisa and Meredith continue to explain to Jen the reason why they're moving on from this situation is because Whitney apologized, and they feel like if she apologized, we can move on from here. Listen, I'm actually surprised that Lisa didn't back down. Now, she didn't buck as hard as she could have, but she also did not let Jen just, you know, run with this whole idea that they should be mad at Whitney just because she's mad at Whitney. They were definitely like, no, 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 no. That's not how I feel about it. And Jen's like, well, if you want to have Whitney's fucking back and you want to have Mary's fucking back, that's fine. But I'm going to be on the side of what's right and not what's wrong. And I'm just kind of like, girl, I don't know what you think is happening here. But it ain't whatever you do. Like, it doesn't deserve all of this. Like, she's so upset that they're not choosing to shun Whitney because that's what she wants. And this is when I love Meredith, because Lisa is continuing this conversation with her. Meredith, on the other hand, said, I'm not doing this. Goodbye. Like, I felt like Meredith sounded like a black lady when she said goodbye to her. I was like, where did the black lady come from that said goodbye just goodbye, okay? She was like, I'm not doing this. Nobody's gonna tell me who to be friends with. No, bye. And then she walks out like hair flying. I was just like, yes, Meredith, that. I'm an adult. I'm a grown-ass woman with kids and a husband and probably a side. You're not about to tell me who to be friends with, bitch. That's just not gonna happen. So I really enjoyed Meredith in this scene. Meredith explains to us that she grew up in a volatile family situation, caught between her mama and her daddy when they were going through a divorce. And she often got the blame for shit not working out when she was the one trying to, bring everybody together. So for her, this is very triggering. And so she doesn't like all the screaming and the hollering and all of that. So she just walks away. Child swings them arms all the way to the bar on the other side of the hotel. She says she doesn't have time for this. As Lisa sits there to coddle Jen's crying, disgusting, blubbering ass. Okay? This is my thing. At the end of the day, Lisa and Meredith are the ones that are like real tight friends. So when I say that Lisa kisses Jen's ass, this moment right here where you take Meredith's seat to coddle, crying ass Jen while your friend who has been triggered from her childhood traumas is walking away by herself to the bar, to me it feels as if I would have went and checked on my friend because we both know that Jen is on bullshit. Like, honestly, I feel like they need to make Jen accountable for her actions. And if that means leaving her at a table by her fucking self to cry to the cameraman, then that's what y'all should do. But I would not continue to coddle this behavior. And I feel like that's exactly what Lisa does. Every time Jen has an overreaction, Lisa is, that's not what we meant. And it's okay. And all of this bullshit. Like, Jen is an adult. And Meredith is your real friend. So I just kind of feel like I would have went and checked on my friend, but that's just me. So as Lisa is trying to coddle Jen, Whitney and Heather both walk in with their long blonde hair, okay, looking super cute. Whitney looks super cute with this long blonde hair. Like, I really like this look on her. But anyway, her lips are like newly Botoxed, whatever. So Jen walks over to Whitney and Heather and it's like, get your fucking friend. And I was just kind of like, wait, I know you're upset, but what exactly are you upset about right now? So she gets up, she's spilling her drink everywhere. Lisa's trying to run after her. Heather is like, what's going on? And then when Heather tries to grab her arm to stop her from leaving, she hits down on like Heather and Lisa's hands to get them to let go of her. But the way she did it, they hurry up and move back. You gotta be quicker than that. And Heather was like, don't hit me. Like, what the, like, this bitch is crazy. Like, the fact that they allow her to put her hands on them like this, I'd have knocked the shit out of her. Like, y'all are crazy, man, to deal with this type of abuse from somebody that doesn't pay any of your bills. I cannot. Then she turns around and comes back looking for her purse, like the drunk bitch that she is, and then takes her aim at Whitney and starts putting her finger in Whitney's face, talking about, you want to talk to me, Whitney? Then fucking talk to me, Whitney, okay? And you need to shut your fucking mouth. It's like, so talk or shut my fucking mouth. Pick one. You're not my mama. What is going on right now? It's feeling real mama-ish. You know how when they tell you to shut up but then ask you a question at the same time? So Jen storms off again after her security guard comes in like she's not the one assaulting everybody. Because Heather jumped in like, you're going to stop. You're going to calm down. I know, I'm right. You need to calm down, okay? I like how Heather jumped in for Whitney because Whitney was like kind of running into the corner like, oh my God. Totally taken aback, right? Lisa follows behind Jen when she walks out. Jen, once again, screaming the same shit over and over again. You think she's gonna be your friend? You think she's gonna be a better friend than me? Like, oh my God, bitch. Papa Xanax, where's the medication? So Lisa is like, listen, I didn't say that. I said I was going to receive her apology and we were going to move forward. I think you need to have a conversation with her. I'm going to go and have a conversation with her. You can stay here. I think at this point, Lisa's over it, right? So Lisa goes back to talk to Heather and Whitney, and they're both saying that They already talked to her about this shit. And Whitney now feels like she was full of shit the whole time, because how many times do we have to have this same conversation about the same thing? I've already apologized. Lisa seems to think that there's something that Whitney isn't understanding about the situation. She's not getting the ramifications. Like, this caused issues in their home. Newsflash, there were already issues in their home. Sharif ain't never there. That is the problem. That is the issue. To expound upon that, his issue is not with what Whitney said to Jen. It was how Jen responded. It is always about the way Jen responds. She does to merch. Okay? And everybody just allows it. Everybody just goes along with it and appeases her bullshit. And she's a little tyrant. And somebody needs to smack that ass back into place. To me, that's just what it is. I don't know why she's been allowed to spaz the way she does, but somebody needs to get this together. Okay? Whitney then tells Lisa and Heather how Jen goes around talking shit about everybody. So she doesn't understand why she's so upset about this situation. She says, let's take Meredith for an example. And we see 1 month earlier, the scene we saw, when Jen tells Whitney that she thinks that Meredith is cheating on Seth, because if she's not getting it from home, she's going to get it from somewhere. So then we find out, because Lisa says, I'm fuming about that. So you need to tell me right now if the bitch say anything about me, okay? And then Whitney says, well, she calls me last night and says, I just want you to know that Lisa is running her mouth about you. And she's like, can you believe that? And Lisa is like, the only thing I said about you is everything that I've already said to your face. Okay. And I will give Lisa that. Everything that she says about Whitney, she usually says to Whitney's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, Whitney is well aware that Lisa doesn't like her. She doesn't necessarily fake the funk with her the most. But I do feel like there's a level of toleration because we're on this show together. Okay. But yeah, y'all, Jen is super duper messy for that shit. And Lisa has to point out, she's talking about all this loyalty. And look what you out here doing. Jen is upstairs in her room screaming on the phone to Sharif about how nobody stands up for me. I'm tired. I have no idea what it's like to be around an energy suck like that in person this many times in 1 month. Way too many times in 1 month for me. So all of the ladies except for Jen go back to Lisa's room to continue the conversation about Jen and her bullshit, okay? And Meredith is astounded to find out how she came at Whitney, how she pushed Heather, really like hit Heather's hand out of the way. Like, it was real aggressive. And then they get into how she has threatened to kill Whitney and throw her in the lake behind her house. Heather says, oh yeah, when we were shopping earlier, she was like, yeah, the only reason Whitney isn't dead in the lake behind her house right now is because of her relationship with Heather. And I was just like, I tell her to bust it. Like, I would really walk up on her on some, all right, bitch, do your worst. Let's see. Like, but then I'm kind of crazy. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll out crazy a bitch. Like, I love out crazy in a bitch. Like, that's, in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Not in real life, because you don't want to, like, we'll ruin each other's lives out crazy in each other. I don't want to ruin my life. But in my mind, I like to feel like if I really was pushed to it, I could out crazy the out of most people. And I would out crazy Jen just for the fun of it, in all honesty. Like, I would take glee in fucking with her because of the way she likes to bully everybody. Like, you can't scream on me. I'm loud as shit. Like, you can't scream on me. Like, it's not a thing. You could try, but I'm very loud. Very, very, very loud. So yeah. She's doing the most. And they're now comparing notes, and shit is getting interesting. Lisa then puts it out there what Jen has been saying about Meredith's relationship with her husband. And Meredith says, well, since everyone is so interested, I'll tell you. Okay, Seth and I have been separated on and off for years. And sometimes he and I would see other people. And Lisa is like, oh my God, this is the first time I'm hearing this. I feel like I don't know her at all. I'm just kind of like, bitch, that wasn't none of your business. That wasn't nobody's business. And I'm sure that Meredith didn't tell Lisa specifically because they have such a close-knit relationship in their couples, in their marriages. Like, both her and her husband are friends with both Meredith and Seth. So I'm sure whatever they were going through, they kind of felt like, we don't really want to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Because they're really invested in a relationship and nobody wants to hear your judgment about their situation. They just want to be able to live their lives and do whatever they want to do in private without having to talk about that shit with people. It doesn't matter how close we are. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like Lisa might really take this personally. So Lisa, like a person with common sense, is feeling like she doesn't really want to be friends with a person like Jen at this point. And Heather feels like it doesn't matter how much my friend emotionally abuses me and also physically abuses me. I'm still going to be there for her. We're going to ride it out. And I'm just kind of like, that's because that's what you wanted to do with your husband. You wanted to ride it out. You wanted to wait for shit to get better. And Heather, what you have to understand, dear, is when things don't work out, it's because they're not supposed to, and you should let those things flow out of your life. Like, things happen for a reason. Let it go. Let the marriage go. Let Jen's crazy ass go. You do not need her friendship. Like, I don't understand why she's so thirsty for this crazy bitch's friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that Jen does for her that she can't do for herself. But I really feel like Heather has this real deep issue with not feeling like she belongs. And she doesn't want to make Jen feel that way. But the issue is that Jen doesn't deserve that type of admiration. She doesn't deserve that type of consideration because she does not give it to you. She does not care that you're her friend when she decides to flip out. She just flips out on you and you have to accept that and be like some little bitch to, you know, whatever she's going through. Like, and I just kind of feel like that is too much to ask of another full ass adult who has a life to live to be that type of subordinate in your life. Like, I can't deal with that. And I feel like that comes from a, you know, emotionally abused place with Heather. Okay. Lisa, on the other hand, is tapping into like one of the reasons why I kind of liked her from the beginning, like the common sense factor. Like, no, that bitch is crazy. I don't need to still be friends with her after all of this. Period. I'm processing, but that's how I feel currently. So Lisa calls Mary and they discuss how Jen ruined the trip. And Mary says, I knew she would ruin the trip. It was inevitable that she would ruin the trip. And I'm also noticing that she's giving maybe Betty Davis, Joan Crawford designing women realness. Think about those things together, okay? We have sharp eyebrows, okay? We have shoulders, okay? Structured in the shoulder, okay? Pads in the shoulders, okay? And then we have large buttons, okay? Think about it, okay? We have large buttons and a business suit type of situation, okay? So yes, very much, you know, crazy behind the eyes, Betty Davis, but Joan Crawford eyebrows, and then sliding down into designing women with the look. So Mary says that she told them that every time they had left dinner or lunch or any interaction with Jen, they felt like shit. She told them that. And so now if they feel bad or they had a bad encounter with her, that's on them because she told them, and they deserve everything that they get. And I continue to think that Mary is what? Batshit crazy. Continuing on. So Heather goes to Jen's room. And Jen is in there getting dressed, has her glam squad, and she's like, yeah, I'm just about to go shopping, you know. I'm just so glad that I keep the glam squad with me because I don't know what I would do if I had to actually do anything for myself. Oh my God. So Heather says that the girls are like kind of losing it right now after what happened, you know, downstairs with her flipping out and everything. And she's just like, you know, I just don't understand why, you know, we can't just talk about what the issues are. And Heather's like, guess what? And then she kind of like over talks Heather, but Heather about to let her have it, and I can already feel it. I can already feel it. So Jen wants Lisa and Meredith to admit that they lied and that they did say that they were scared of her, or Whitney to admit that she lied about them saying that. So when Whitney explained that Mary told her that this is what Lisa and Meredith said to her, did she not understand that? Because I remember Whitney saying it more than once. So I don't understand why she needs somebody to admit that they were lying about something. That's not the narrative, bitch. Move on, okay? And Heather is like, honey, that's not even the problem right now. The problem is you being aggressive and horrible and mean to me, Whitney, and Lisa. And then Meredith just walked away from you because she didn't even want to deal with you and your crazy shit. And Jen stands up about how, you know, somebody has to be held accountable, and what happened with me and Sharif, and what happened in our household, and miss me with that, please. Because at the end of the day, your issues with Sharif were already there, honey. His birthday party did not do anything but exacerbate the issues that are already there, okay? There are issues already there. Where have you been, okay? He wasn't at your dad's funeral a year or two ago, right? Like, that had already happened, correct? He has already had his little outside situation or whatever the hell is going on for why he isn't home all the time, and why it's okay in y'all household for him to just go and be somewhere else and not answer phone calls for 4 days. Like, that's not normal for a lot of people. The issues are already done. So Whitney takes the ladies to see a woman named Kimberly who has this really magnificent home that basically has a sanctuary inside that feels like it's outside. It's crazy. Her doorway entryway situation with the large pots and leaves. I mean, the foliage, it was a vibe to me. Any place with statues of elephants is a place I want to go. So they all sit down at the table because at first it's Whitney, Meredith, and Lisa. And then as they start to breathe deeply and ohm it out and try to get into a trance state, the doorbell rings and here comes Heather and Jen with her funky ass energy, okay? So everyone is seated and everyone is just basically in the mode of Kimberly's gonna need more crystal, sage, Palo Santo, and whatever else we can find in order to cleanse the energy because the shit is dank. So Kimberly puts them through, you know, a little kind of meditation situation where we take deep breaths and we imagine having balls in our hands, to which we all reply how much we love having balls in our hands. And then she takes them into another room. She also picked up on Jen's funky ass energy. Anyone that's any little bit of sensitive to energies will be picking up on her stiff ass shoulders, okay? And so they go into another room that has these really like comfy sofas and a huge, I think it was a Buddha statue. Okay, so it's all like cute, you know what I'm saying? And for the vibe of reconciliation. And so they sit down and Jen instantly goes into, oh my God, everyone is lying to me. And then Heather tells me that you guys are upset at me and I don't understand. And oh my God, an ugly cry and jeez Louise. And I love how Meredith is just like, I had an issue with you because you were trying to tell me who I could and could not be friends with. Like, just very cut and dry. Fuck all them tears. This is what it is. And she feels as if Jen is out of touch with reality. And I agree. I really do. So Jen continues to make it about her and whine about how they have to understand from her perspective what it feels like. I don't know who to trust. You know. And Meredith says, it takes a lot to make me angry. You do not want me angry, okay? Because you're talking about loyalty, but you're the one making innuendos about my marriage. It's none of your business. Mind your own. You need to be worrying about where Sharif is when he isn't answering the phone for 4 days, instead of worrying about whatever Meredith and Seth's situation is. Because like she said, it ain't none of your business, okay? Oh my God, you guys. But when she gave her that warning at the end, you do not want me angry. It takes a lot to make me angry. Like all of that. Oh my God. I think Meredith just became like my favorite person on the show. Like that, the energy was real tough. And I was feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Was it just me in that moment? Like just right there in that moment. I was just kind of like, I like her. I like her. So Jen denies talking about Meredith's marriage to everybody. And Heather and Whitney are like, lies, lies, the lies, the lies. Okay? Like they called it out immediately. And she's like, huh. I was like, yeah, bag that ass back. I'm here for this. I'm very here for this. Hilarity. Kimberly was not allowing for Jen to act like the victim. She was like, just say you're sorry. Like, if you're sorry, just say you're sorry. And then she, like, when Jen started to say, I'm sorry, but I feel like it. No. Sorry doesn't come with conditions, bitch. It's I'm sorry. Then Kimberly continues to keep her foot on Jen's neck. And she does a little exercise where she asks everybody who they trust. Do they trust Whitney? Do they trust Heather? Do they trust Lisa? Do they trust Meredith? And then lastly, do they trust Jen? Nobody trusts Jen. Like, nobody feels safe with Jen. Okay? Ciao. And she looks so confused and I don't understand why. So lastly, they ask if Heather, can be trusted. Like, does anybody have any trust issues with Heather? And then Jen raises her hand. Apparently now she doesn't trust Heather. And Heather is like, bitch, I know you lying. Like, what did I ever do to you? Besides chase after your ass every time you storm off having a temper tantrum. Besides being there for you. Besides putting my other friendships in jeopardy just so I can continue to be your whipping boy. Like, bitch, what did I do? Jen continues to play victim. Lisa jumps in, because she's asked the question and she basically feels like you attacked us. We all have felt attacked. You are not the victim here. Okay. And Jen just doesn't seem to grasp it. She feels like they need to be okay with the way she's responded to shit because it's about her family and somebody she loves. It's bullshit, okay? And Heather is like, you're on the brink of ruining your friendships with all of us because you won't take accountability for the shit that you have done to us. But you always want us to take accountability for the things that we do to you. And she's like, well, when you're going to ruin a friendship. And Whitney was like, who's trying to ruin a friendship? Like, nobody understands what the hell Jen is talking about. Keep talking about loyalty when we prove that your ass is disloyal, and you keep saying, I'm not a disloyal friend. Yes, you are. Trying to put it out there that Meredith was sleeping around on set, that's what you were insinuating, bitch. That's what you were insinuating. And like Whitney said, if she hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have had a clue. Okay? I'm starting to get the vibe that Whitney is going to be like the Portia of this show. Like that's the vibe that I get from her personality. But anyway, like, I'm so over Jen, you guys. Like, I'm really over it at this point. I don't think she has the capability to take accountability for anything she does. Therefore, I don't know if there will be any resolve with the situation at all. I don't know. So next week is the finale episode. I will see you guys back here then. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Share the video with your people. I appreciate you, and I will see y'all in the next one.